is the Lisa Baxter Show. That's right, you have tuned in, and I am so glad to see you, glad that you tuned in, because I got a wonderful show for you tonight. But before I introduce my guest, I got a few things I would like to say to you. I wore the shirt this time to talk about volunteering. You hear me talk about volunteering all the time. But volunteering just doesn't help the company or the place you volunteer at. It also gives you experience. It also, open up your heart of helping people and doing things. And you get to see the world in a different way, in a volunteer type of way, who volunteering, who works. And you might even see career changes by you volunteering. You might like what you do and want the job or become the top dog at that job. So think about that. Put that in mind. Now, I got some stuff for you. I wanted to talk about just a little bit. This is colon cancer stuff. See, it has a face of a woman, have a face of a man, have a face of another man, different nationalities. I also got the pamphlet in English and in Spanish. And this just goes to show you how serious colon cancer is. Get your rear in gear. Get that booty right with the Rudy or whatever you want to call it. But I'm telling you right now, this is a colon cancer bracelet, and I wear that because my husband
Can't
passed
see
away
it.
of colon cancer.
Can't see it. Make it
You
higher.
know, so I just want you to get your rear and gears, call the company, and you go and look at it. They even give some nice giveaways too. I have another different type of bracelet, a little thicker, and they have the thing for your water jar if you have the water or whatever to keep it nice. So it's a nice little thing along with that. And because I'm Lisa that gives you the resources, not just in New York, but all around the world. And this is another thing, deals with psychology for the family, helping with bullying. And they had built some new places in the Bronx and they in Brooklyn and what have you, and even in Manhattan. So I got the pamphlet with and on that. And it's just a wonderful thing. So I just wanted you guys to know about that. Help is out there. So if you're stressing, aggravated, sick, want to talk to somebody, or just want to let something out, sometimes if your friends and your family is not available, you could talk to somebody. And it doesn't mean anything's wrong with talking to somebody and just letting it out. So I just wanted to tell you that. So every week I'll give you a little tidbit, a little something, something that you can use and have. But I'm going to tell you about my guest. My guest means so much to me. You know what I mean? She's like my heart of hearts. And I just so glad that she's going to do the show with me. She has so much to give, so much to say. She's a mother, she's a grandmother, she's a woman with a business, a woman that eats right, a woman that's changed her life, changed her diet. Probably sister kidney disease didn't take her out. She's about to come here and tell her story. So listen up and listen good. I have Tawana Staten. Welcome, Tawana.
Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everybody.
Aha, aha.
How you doing?
She ain't using all the energy. She just cursed me out about something, but not curse words, but telling me some good stuff. Sometimes you need family to tell you some stuff. And even though you might be doing something right, there's always a little something you ain't doing that right. So there's somebody to glad get you in the chokehold and tell you the truth. So, okay, I have to accept it like I need y'all to accept some things that we tell you about with the guests and people on the show. But Tawana is here to tell her story. I'm going to start with business first. Tawana, what kind of business and how did you get into this business?
Well, right now I'm running a security company. I got involved with it because of my mother. My mother was running a security company for years, and then she passed on. And then I wasn't really thrilled about it. And then my brother, he got in my ear, and he was like, "Well, you should just give it a try, give it a chance." So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm giving it a chance, see how it go. Business is just starting, so it's slow right now, but I know that business will be well soon enough. So I'm not even worried. And yeah, you got to just keep pushing forward and have faith and um be persistent. You have to be persistent. You can't start something and then think it's supposed to just work because you started it today. Keep on going and keep on going and keep on pushing, and you're gonna have hard times. You're gonna get the no's and I'll call you later, but you gotta just still come. You gotta still fight through all of that. You gotta still push through all of that until you get to where you need to be.
Mm. You ain't never lied, because when I started a couple of businesses that fell through. I mean, I got one that did well, but I mean, I did a couple of ends before I got the good one. And there's doors that slam in your face. There's some people that won't give you a chance or won't show you any love, or they just look at you and don't want you, even though you look professional or you got your papers. Whatever it is, it's just now, And I
You're
don't know
right.
why it's that way. It hurts your feelings sometimes, but like you said, you can't give up and you got to push through.
You gotta push. If you don't push, you end up
Hmm.
losing because you didn't get what you wanted. The person who told you no, they already doing what they want to do, obviously, or they in the way of you doing what you got to do. So you got to just keep doing what makes you happy. If it makes you happy, push. If it makes you money to feed your family, push. If it benefits you, push.
Yes, yes. See, people forget who gave them a chance, and then they forget the
Hmm.
small beginnings or when they started. When you get high in the business, you sometimes forget where you came from, and sometimes you don't want that shaking and rude awakening. You should try to remember that or let that be a part of your life from the beginning. Because if you're gonna forget like that, you'll never give anybody like you that started out like you a chance.
Right.
So, that's a thought then. I'm just glad that they got so many things out here like the libraries and the business libraries that help you start business. And there's grants out there for business. So look those grants up. There are grants to start a personal business or something that help you personally with your family and for big stuff. So keep digging, keep looking. I'm your girl, Lisa Baxter, with the 411 in the kidney world. You know I'm talking right. Now, let me ask you a question. When did you first learn that you had an issue with your kidneys, Mrs. Staten?
I found out when I was 20 years old, right after I had my daughter. I found out
Mm.
about my kidney disease. I took the sonogram, and I kept pushing to find out the results. I just knew it wasn't nothing wrong with me. Like, I don't feel like this. Know the things you think. And so when I picked up the paper and I read what it said, it just messed me up. I didn't tell nobody at first. I kept it to myself before I told anybody. I was devastated. I was hurt. I couldn't believe it. I cursed my grandfather out. I cursed whoever gave it to him out.
My Lord.
And then I just
He
dealt
was
with
good
it.
and dead when you cursed him out, right?
You already know he was good and dead. I would have never did that while he was alive.
I know he wasn't having that if he was alive. I ain't
Never.
mad at you. Go ahead, tell it,
I wouldn't
girl.
even try. His birthday was the other day too. I wouldn't even try.
Mm.
But yeah, it was just devastating. Then I had just felt like I saw my mother living, I saw you living, I saw your sister living, I saw your brother living, I saw everybody living. So I figured that it wasn't the end. So I stopped being sad, so sad about it. I was like, why me? We got all these grandkids and all these children. Like, why I had to be the one? But then, sometimes you gotta think, why not me? Or maybe
Yeah,
it's me because for reasons that for other people to help other people or to talk with other people or whatever the story is. Like
yeah.
I guess we all have to go through something, and that's my something. That's one of my somethings that I had to go
That one
through.
of them,
Yeah, one of my somethings
huh?
that I had to
Oh
go
my
through in
God.
life to
Yes,
make you the person that you are today. Everybody got to go through something. You can't cry over everything. You cry over it, nothing happens. You just cry. Now you still got to go through it. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes we're gonna cry. You can't help it because we're human. You have emotions and feelings, but life still goes on. So we got
yes, yes.
we got every day to live and one day to die. So it's up to us what we do with it.
I ain't mad at you. That's wisdom. That's wisdom. And sometimes going through a tragedy or something that shakes our world, it shapes us in life or helps us in different types of ways. I mean, I wasn't expecting to have polycystic kidney disease either. And I didn't exactly really blame my father because he didn't know that much about it. His kidneys work 8% before he had passed away. And who knew it would trickle down to, he didn't even know that 6 of his children was on dialysis. He didn't even live to know that his own sister was on dialysis, or his brother. I don't think he knew Uncle Nutty was on dialysis because I'm trying to remember who died first. No, my father.
Grandpa died first. I mean, Uncle Nutty
Right.
died
Thank
first.
you. He died first. So you know what I'm saying. So you don't know. You don't know your hand you dealt with. You know what I mean. I was expecting to have 2 children. I was expecting my husband still to be alive. You do expect these things because that's your faith and that's what you want and your heart's desire. But in all of these things, it's painful, but you learn something. It's helpful to just help somebody else with this same type of tragedy. You know what I mean? Anybody that
Yeah.
lost babies or had polycystic kidney disease or had something that, like went through the family like it did. So you learned that you had it at 20. You kept it a secret. How long was the secret kept?
It wasn't that long. I can't keep no secret.
Yeah, I know. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. You
It
my
wasn't
baby. I helped raise
right.
you, so I
It
know.
wasn't. It wasn't like no long term thing. I just ain't tell that same day. It got out probably that week. A couple
Well,
the
you had
next
to
day.
digest it first. It's very
Yeah,
hard to say.
yeah.
When
I
I
had that.
told when I told your mother and I told your aunt Yolanda, I said they want me in that club y'all in. That's how I said it. But all
Mm-hmm.
on the train, I'm crying and upset. I ain't had no babies yet. My sisters had babies, and I ain't had no babies yet. And I was just trying to pull myself together. You know what I'm saying? And to
Mm-hmm.
have to tell your Uncle Mitch, who stood by my side like he always does.
Yeah,
So
that's my warrior. I know. I
yeah,
miss.
I'm seeing up to your nose. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I miss him too. Every day, every day. Now, okay, now that you found out, you know what you're dealing with. You done told somebody, or more than somebody. Now, what was the hardest thing about it when they told you that, though? I know you said why me and why not me, but
What was
the
the
hardest
hardest?
thing, what hit you in the face? Pow.
The hardest thing was that I had to face reality that I had a kidney disease
Hmm. Okay.
at 20 years old.
Mm.
Like
That
I
was
feel like,
young.
yeah. If anything, I feel like if you get it, you got to be old. Like or it just was. I ain't feel like it was my era. It was my time. Like why me again? But I guess why not me? Huh? Jokes on me.
Well, all right. I said that too, and I didn't get on dialysis till I was 41, but I learned about it when I was getting married, so I was like 32. Was it 32? Yeah. Around that time before maybe 30-ish, 31-ish. You know what I mean? And I'm like, what? And I saw the letter like you saw the letter. Okay. But such is life. You know what I mean? I had to move
Mm-hmm.
on. Just had to live anyway, got married anyway, was happy anyway. You gotta allow yourself to be happy. Even when you hear these kind of news, is you gotta still do something that'll make you happy, or something that you wanted to do. You can't let it stop everything or stop life. Regroup. You know what I mean? Get yourself together and then get back out there and get in the fight. Okay, where's my doctor's appointment? Where I gotta go? What I gotta do? What do I do next? You know what I mean? And then start still living.
Right.
Through the tears, keep living. Through the pain, keep living. Run on, run on. Okay. Okay. Now, how did you handle your mother disease? Now, you said your mother had polycystic kidney disease, which was my sister. Your mother had polycystic kidney disease. Now, you found out she had it. How did you handle it? What did you do, or some of the things that you did?
But that was another rough situation because my mom, she went through so much when she first found out she had it. When I was found out she had it, actually being on dialysis, period. She went through so much. I mean, so much. My mother was on life support. My mother had some multiple surgeries. My mother, they dropped her in the hospital. They cut her for no reason. They lost things in my mother's body. I mean, I
Ruth?
watched my mother go through so much. Not from the outside. Like I was there firsthand, and it was very rough. I had a new baby. I had my little brother, and I had no help. So it was hard. She couldn't help me. She was my help. She's my mother.
Right,
And
right.
I had to become mother more than I was already mother. Like I had to be her mother. I had to wash my mother. I had to grow my mother hair back. I had to tend to her. Like my mother started getting sores on her body from the medications. I think she had an allergic reaction or something. The Vicodin, one of
Oh,
those
yeah, yeah,
medications she
yeah.
had
I remember that.
allergic reaction to, and all her skin you touch her, she just peel, and it was just so much going on, and she got real dark, and she was so depressed, and she was so shame. Like, and I told her, Mom, you better not be ashamed. She didn't want to show her scars. She would wear certain things. I told her, Mom, look at these people. I told them, like, this person fat. This person got this wrong with them. And they out here showing they stuff. You can't care about how somebody think you look. As long as you love you and I love you, you shouldn't even worry
Yeah,
about
come
that.
on now.
So then it got to the point where she stopped covering up her scars and she
That's
showed her
right.
scars. I told them tattoos. People get tattoos for war things they've been through. Them your tattoos. Like then she just started
Say
rocking
that.
her tattoos and wearing her scars. Again, it wasn't easy. It's never easy seeing your mother sick. Then as well as I had a sick mother, not jumping, but I had a sick mother and a sick daughter. My first daughter, Michelle had seizures in the beginning, and then they stopped. So a
Yeah.
sick mother, sick daughter. Then I gotta find out I'm sick. Then I have another baby and she's sick. Like it's a
Yeah.
lot. It's a lot.
Well, yeah, yeah. Well, one thing I can say, our family jumps into everything. I don't care how things go. We jump in there for each other. We deal with each other. I mean, we talk with each other. We, go with each other to appointments or hold each other's hand, cry it out, whatever we got to do, shout it out in church, go to the altar, go to Jesus,
No,
whatever.
our
But
family is not like that. You and my mother is like that. Our family is not like that. I cannot say that. I'm sorry, and I hope all of my family see this. But you, my mother, and myself, as not one person in my family that been in the hospital that we haven't ran to see. But when the shoe's on the other foot, the people's not there.
well, I ain't
So,
mad at you. This is a reality show. Tell
right.
your truth,
And the
tell
reality
your
is
feeling,
the
and tell your
family
facts.
the family is not supportive, and that's the bad part. You would get more your church friends or a co-worker to come out before you could get a blood family member to come out, and that's bad. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you
It
don't mind
is.
supporting them. Like, okay, I probably couldn't support everybody. And I feel bad for the people that I do support because it's the ones I should be supporting that I don't even see or deal with that probably would treat me better. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
deal with me better if I even gave them some attention. You know what I'm saying? They're the ones
Oh,
that I
yeah.
probably should be attending to. Our family's so big, we so stuck with the ones we've been dealing with all our lives. When we are multiple billion of us. There's a bunch of us. So instead of
Yeah.
dealing with the same, the first million billion I've been dealing with, I need to go deal with the other billion. So I don't complain about them. I used to complain, like be a little sad about the family. Oh, this one don't care. Now I don't even care who cares. Like, it doesn't even
It
matter.
takes a long time to get to that part and that
Yeah.
point. When I said the family, I was talking about at first my siblings. The six of us, the six Crossland members, we all was always in each other's lives, seeing about each other, and it was really like rough. And then after a while, sometimes you just start sticking together. You just stick as much as you can stick, and do what you can do. And it's true. You get out there and you visit this one at the hospital, you hold that one hand, you do this and that, and then you get older and you can't, or then you get sick and you can't as much. You know what I mean? But like you said, yeah, some people don't know if you're dead or alive, and sometimes you have to make that known. I start telling the, not hiding it.
Yeah,
I'm
you can't.
glad you love me, but I want you to show me. Don't tell me nothing unless you got some action behind it, because I'm an action woman.
Exactly, because like you said, if you're sick and you got older, and this is something like you normally doing, no one gonna feel no kind of way. Maybe I need to push more and go visit you and come see you more because you've been coming to see me. You've been visiting something that we do. So okay, now that you can't do it, it's okay. But when you don't do it at all, that's where the
Yeah,
problem coming at. Then them be the ones who always want to visit. Them be the first ones to tell you their problems. Girl, let me
you
tell
ain't never
you,
lied.
I'm so stressed out. Like okay, like you're the only one stressed. We all got issues, and there's not a person on this earth that ain't got a problem.
No, that's right. And sometimes they tell you your problem, and then don't you never get to say nothing.
Right. Yeah, I called you about my story. Now you done told me your whole story, and now
Well, you ever been all right, and then the person told you now you crying all week.
because the
It wasn't
energy.
even your problem. You
Cause
start crying all week.
you see, this is why I send you the stuff I send you because people energy will jump on you. That's why sometimes you don't need to talk to certain people. Sometimes you need to be around certain people. That's why I say fast. They ain't just food. It be TV, the cell phone, the
You did.
people.
I posted it.
Yeah, because people have some people.
Toxic.
Yeah, and some people don't even mean to be toxic or negative. Sometimes they don't even know it because nobody want to tell them the
Right.
truth.
Yeah.
People don't tell the truth. So if I tell you the truth and you know and you don't do nothing about it, then that's on you. But if you see I'm toxic and something wrong with me, maybe I can't see it. Plant the seed in me so maybe I could help myself.
Hmm.
We
I
too
ain't mad
quiet.
at.
We too quiet as a people on the wrong stuff.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We'll gossip with another person about something before we to help the person with what's going on. What's the point of me saying, yeah, on Lisa, such when I should have helped such before I even came to you?
Yes. Yes. Wow. Now you interact, and so you said about your two daughters having polycystic kidney disease. I know that was a mind blowing thing. I want you to get up in that.
Yeah, that was very mind blowing because for my first daughter, and I found out the same time about both of my kids. First of all, there's a story. Let me tell y'all the story. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta tell y'all the story.
No, tell it.
My
I ain't holding you
husband,
back.
My mother told me when I found out that my kids had the disease. My mother told me, I said, "Mom, I'm not going to tell them now. We agreed to not tell them until we all got together." And she's
Right.
like, "All right." So I'm sick. I'm sick, y'all. I'm sick because I got a hold of it. I'm crying on the corners. Because I saw the cysts on my baby kittens before I got the results. I saw them. I saw the stinking cysts. I saw them. My oldest
Mm.
daughter. So one day I'm home on a Christmas holiday. My kids go to New York with my mom. Everybody called me hollering and screaming. She done told them
Without us. Yeah, she
without
told without
right.
me too. We supposed to have been there as a group. You know how my sister is. God bless her. You know, yes. D
Yes.
Simone
So I had to
Crossland,
tell
that was
that
her.
story. That goes with that. But when I found out it was heartbreaking because my like I said, my first daughter had seizures, and her
Uh-huh.
seizures stopped real fast. Like that was not I didn't have to deal with that a lot. But then my second baby, she had seizures, and now on top of her seizure, well, backwards, both of my kids got asthma. So my daughter
Say
was
it.
having an asthma attack. My mother told me if she ain't got no asthma, I'll take her to the hospital. My first daughter, she got asthma, seizures, asthma. My second daughter, same thing, seizures, asthma. Then you're gonna tell me on top of it, they're gonna have polycystic kidneys. Like, what else can they have?
And
Like,
those was absent seizures that Melanie had,
yeah,
right?
she had
Melanie.
absent seizures, yes. So I'm
Yeah.
like, what else can they have? Like, what Lord, what's going on? Well, why? What more do they say? He don't give you more than you could bear. But I'm not bearing. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Like, I got sick kids. My mama's sick. I'm sick. Like, what kind of curse is somebody put on my family?
Mm. I
So
always
now,
call it a generational curse. I've been praying it off. I don't want it to go
no.
any further.
I learned. See, that's why I pay to do research, read. It's a person that's a family member of mine. I don't rock with them like that. But I don't like people to get knowledge and don't share it. If you know a lot of things, tell the people. Tell the people. Share what you know. Plant the
Yes.
seed. They don't have to listen. They don't have to acknowledge it. But long as you put it out there, that's
That's
it.
true. That's what this network, Urban Health Network, is about. It talks about kidney disease, transplant, all kind of stuff, prevention, help, nutrition,
I'm
and
right.
we planting the seed. Some
I'm
people
learning.
watching strong.
I'm learning that disease is not hereditary. Eating habits are.
Yes, it
We
is.
we need to change our eating habits. That's how we're gonna break these generational curses. We have to stop doing things that grandma did. Stop doing things that my man did. Stop doing things that mama did. We have to stop. We are
And Paw too. Don't
and
leave Paw
oh
out.
yeah, Pawpaw and Grandpa and
Yeah.
Daddy and Pappy,
Yes.
all the stuff they did. Mind you,
That's
first
right.
thing the things they did were different because the soil was different, the air was different. The times were different. The
True.
pollution wasn't in the air the same. Like we didn't have all these buildings, all these warehouses, all these factories. People don't take in mind of that. They don't take heed of that. Then when they had the baby boomers time and all this other time, it's so much of us that they have to have the food fast. So they're doing all these things to make the food multiply and be able to feed us
Yeah.
faster. So now,
Sticking needles in the food, making the chicken look bigger.
right now,
Yeah.
you got chicken wings looking like turkey wings, and et cetera, et cetera, et
Steroids in the
cetera.
food.
And that now they in your body, and you wonder why this hurt and that hurt. The doctor gave you this medicine, you eating this food. This food got medicine in it. The doctor gave the animal some medicine. The people gave the animal some steroids, and now
Yes.
all this is mixed up in your body. So if we really want to break these generational curses, we have to break our generational habits.
All right. I ain't mad
You know
at
what I'm
you.
saying? We have a lot of bad habits that we don't even know that's bad because we just use it. We think it's tradition. We
A
think it's
lot of things is learned behavior.
yeah,
I
everything we
must say.
most of the things we is learned because it's like a pattern. Like when you go to school, when you first start school, you don't know what to do. You was all going crazy. You run around. You want your mama. You want to go home. Some kids happy to be around the kids. But after kindergarten in the first grade, now you come to school second grade, you got to line up. You got to sit at the desk. You know what I'm saying? It's order. You know the order because you've been doing it. So we have to change the order, and it's so bad. You don't do this overnight. Nobody does. It's I mean,
No.
I'm a process, and I got 4 years in, and I'm not even this close to being finished, or this close. Like I got a whole lot more of working on me, to do.
I feel
And it is we just got to start somewhere. People always say, "Oh no, well, I can't go with that. I can't eat like that because my grandmother ate pig all her life and she lived at 88 years old. You ain't lived like your grandmother lived. You ain't eat. Your grandmother didn't have all the steroids. That it took her more time. She probably still been alive if it's time would have still been like it was when she was growing up when we didn't have all these buildings. Now you have
yes.
buildings. My mother building on Milford. has T-Mobile, I don't know who owns it now, put towers on the building.
Mm.
Towers are for the cell phones and all that to get the rays. That's like a microwave.
Yes,
They
and I know what you said about how the microwave kill flesh and food and things of that
And that's what
nature.
they're doing to the people, and they renting them out and putting them on people's roofs. We ain't need that before to show you the times are different. You know, my grandmother didn't have a cell phone. You know what I'm saying? So with the rays that was in her food ain't in my food. So maybe she did eat the pig. Maybe not saying the pig was much more healthier, but it was much more healthier because they ain't have all what we got going on. The cow, the deer, whoever. It was different. So we can, and then we have to stop comparing because every time is different. Because when you grew up and I grew up, it's two different things. Y'all
It
played
was
y'all played kickball. Y'all knew what to do. We know we had played sports out.
exercise. Kids don't go out like they used to.
They don't go out at
Everything is a
all.
phone. Everything is electronic.
They don't
Nobody
know how to
run, jump,
communicate with
swim.
others. They don't know how to, kids don't know how to ride bikes. Kids don't know how to communicate with others. They don't do well with
They
talking
don't
and
even
touching.
talk to you. I was like, wow.
No, they can't. That's why I put that other post I sent about the TV and the computers. We are lost. They programmed us to watching these TVs, computer. You can't even have dinner with your family. Before, people did have dinner together.
Sat
Restaurant.
down.
They don't even sit down. And then when you do sit down together, everybody like this.
Yeah. You don't even know what's going on in a person's life. That's how some people become. You didn't know they blew up the school or nothing. You don't know nothing about your kid. You living in the same house, and then you punish them and send them to their room. That's where everything is at. Yeah, punish me, send me to my room. Everything is in there. I don't got to come out to talk to you. Yes, thank you.
Somebody said if you want to hurt somebody, just buy them a new phone.
Wow.
You want to hurt them, buy them a phone. Your personal head gonna be down in that phone at least a week. Then once they learn the phone, that next week is gonna be even worse because now they know what they're doing.
Now you've dug deep into a lot of stuff. I'm very proud of you with that. I mean, I never see you read so much and eat so much of the right stuff. I mean, I was at your house and you went jogging. I was trying to jog with you. My bones weren't acting right. I'm working on them. I know you don't believe me, but I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna film it and everything. I'm gonna make you eat every word that you said to me today. But I ain't mad at you. You my child. I love a challenge. And I like a good bet. I don't bet money, but I like a good bet and a challenge. So I'm gonna see you where you talking. But you jog, you run, and I see you eat mostly so many fruits and vegetables. I was working so hard on those fruits and stuff when you gave me and everything. I get full quick, I get full fast, and I eat a certain amount of stuff. I don't like to eat a lot
I
or like
can't eat a lot neither. What you got to do is put your stuff in portions. Like say a whole mango, you take it, you slice it up. You know, you slice around the seed, and you take half of it and put it like, or say you got 20 slices out your mango. You take four, you put it here, four here, four here, four here, and you get you some berries. Put you about four berries there. You can portion. You don't have to eat everything at one
and
time.
that's what I had did. I ate the grapes and the cherries and stuff together. Now, what have you learned about polycystic kidney disease since you've dealt with it? You've seen me, you've seen your
Well,
mama.
what I
What did
learned
you learn?
I learned the reason why I really changed my appetite was because I found out that you're not supposed to eat meat because I looked up something about polycystic kidney disease. Even though how I really got on the journey I am is this older lady, this other lady that told me about this man and I did research, but what made me even listen to what she was saying because I was looking up what are you supposed to diet for polycystic kidney disease? What are
All
you
right.
supposed to eat for polycystic kidney disease? And it went to that. And I was like, it's crazy that lady that I'm reading, and then the lady said it to me. So I'm like, wait a minute, this can't be that I'm hearing this from her and I'm Googling this at the same time and it's coming to me. So then it made me curious. So once I got curious, that made me research. Once I started researching, it made me want to change up a lot of stuff because, like I said, I had to watch you. I had to watch my mom. I had to watch my Aunt Lean. I had to watch. Well, I don't remember Uncle Nunny being on. I remember him being going on to dialysis. I didn't have to see it, but had to watch my
Yeah.
first cousin do
You witnessed us.
have
Yes.
to, get on dialysis. And that's my first cousin. Out of the cousins, he's the first one to actually, out of my grandfather grandkids, he's the first one to get on dialysis. And we're not going to stop. And then for me to find out my kids got it, like my aunt, like, come on, you the bestest aunt in the world. You been believing God since you was born. Like, was a virgin till you was 90. Like, how you got it? Like, how like
You
how does doing this to the people, like certain people, I feel like can't uncall for. Like, okay, you say, okay, maybe that person got it because maybe they was in the street, they was in the world, they was living worldly, they was doing this. But now again, I'm learning
Yes.
that we have to pay more attention to the universe, ourselves, because it talks to us. We have to pay attention to the trees. Like everything matters. It sounds crazy. I used to think it was crazy. When my I have another father, I call it a bonus father. I hate the word step. He used to always watch the Nature Channel. I was like, why are you watching this stuff? Pop, always want to watch the Nature
You
Channel.
talking about John?
Yeah,
Pop. Okay.
Pop, always want to watch the Nature Channel. But
That was him.
the reality is, we need to know about nature because we are nature. Like we come
You
from
learn
the,
from a lot of stuff.
when you die, they say you turn ash to ash and dust to dust, right? So if you the dust that's on the earth, we need to know what's going on. The insides of our body is like most of the plants and the trees, and our veins and our insides are the same. The roots, it's like when you have if you pull out a tree out the ground, it's the same thing as inside of our body. How the veins and the
Well,
limbs,
I saw your comparison of what you had put up there
right?
and
And
everything.
that was deep. It's deep. It's deep. And like
Stuff that make you think.
you have to pay attention to the universe because ain't nothing been here as long as the universe, the stars. Who been here longer than the stars?
Well, I know we wasn't, but
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
know we
So
wasn't.
that when we got here, when we
The
came here,
Lord had had everything
that was
already.
here already. Right. That was here
The
already.
Lord
So
put it there.
we have
Yes.
to, if that could last through all this that we taking it through, pay attention. This stuff that made it through disasters, fires, floods, killing, shooting, mugging, robbing, all this going on, and the stars is still there. They come out every night. The sky is blue, green, whatever color, not green, but dark blue. Every
well,
night.
well, yeah, but you feel better since you changed your diet. Would you say? I know you lost weight. I
I
see you more buffer and tighter. You know.
I feel better mentally because see, it wasn't me. Now, don't get me wrong. I was 210 pounds, y'all. I'm 156 pounds. I needed to lose weight, but what I learned that I thought this person, I don't want to say the person's name. I thought this
All right.
person was crazy. People had me thinking people are crazy. This person was never crazy, never crazy. They used to be like, "Oh, she don't eat. She is very small. Don't say no names because you know who it is.
Oh
She's very
Lord.
small. She don't
She
eat."
would take it as a compliment if she knew it.
And I thought that what's wrong with she, but it wasn't that she was didn't eat. She was doing this research, and it was scaring her.
Our family members, yes. She did that.
Reality scared her. Like to know that every time I bite this or eat that, it does it to me. And when you actually don't do it, and you see the difference. Like when I go off and I go eat something I know I ain't supposed to eat. Next, I start to cough and I get the mucus in my throat. I start to spit. I'm like, I know I shouldn't have ate that. That wasn't no good to me. That wasn't no good for
Yes.
me. And I feel bad, to myself because I know I shouldn't have ate that, whatever it was. And I ate it anyway. And it made me feel sick. But if I go eat me a fruit or have me some vegetables or make me a smoothie, I get all this energy. So I'm like, first I was like, they saying anything, people talking, but the person just didn't have the right minerals and the things that they needed. That's why certain things happen with the bones and the weight. Because now, like, see, I sent you stuff how people could gain weight, not only lose weight. Because when you don't eat a lot of the stuff that you used to eating, if it falls off your body, you know what I'm saying? Then you get small. You can't
Yeah.
be a vegan, alkaline, or nothing and be fat.
Yeah, because
That
I
means
was going to ask you about being a vegan, the alkaline diet, because you drink a lot of alkaline water. You even put the waters and stuff like that together. You even had your daughters change the diet because your daughter was on my show back in July. Matter of fact, July 7th, Latrell Fields, she did an excellent job. And you have people on dialysis on both sides, your father's side and
mm-hmm.
your mother's side.
Right.
So I know that was a lot to you along, because I'm on your mother's side and, you
You
know,
is.
stop it. And Pat was on your father's side. So it's just a lot to take in. And it would want to make you run and change your diet or do something different or wouldn't want this. Because I don't, even though I was successful on dialysis, I wasn't really sick. I had low blood pressure. I would still want wouldn't want anybody to be on it. So the show is not just prevention, but even is supposed to be educational, and they're supposed to learn something from you. I don't know who might see this that would take the diet you did, or the way you did it, or how you did it, or take it the way you did it. But
Right. An older lady told me about this man, and it ain't even only him that I follow. I follow a lot of stuff. I just follow. I actually, it's called. I follow our African biohistory.
uh-huh.
That's what he go by, but it's our history, that the food that we eat, that we were supposed to eat, that our body naturally supposed to have, because like the intestines are made the way they are for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
We're
yeah, yeah,
stuff and stuff,
yeah.
and that's how people stuff get clogged up. The arteries get clogged because everything we're not supposed to eat. That's what's killing us. That's why everybody got cancer. People start having gout and all this stuff again because of what we're eating. If we didn't eat the stuff we ate, we wouldn't live to how they had in the back in the days before Christ, and all the people living to 100 or something years old, and these ages, because they wasn't eating what they was not supposed to eat. They ate off the earth.
Well,
God
I
put
felt
everything.
better. I felt better when I didn't eat meat. I hardly, I didn't like meat hardly. But when I was on dialysis, that was one of the things they made you do. And then when I did do it, I could run around the block. But after like I was on the machine and everything, all of those hours and stuff, I felt tired. I felt sick. But I would eat a little bit of protein. I had the other proteins wasn't working. I did try just those, and then that particular meat protein had worked for me. Then I get the kidney, and I said, "Oh, can I be a vegetarian?" They says, "No, Lisa. Now that you got the kidney, you're gonna have to give it some sort of protein in meat." But I said that to say this: that some things you gotta try without hurting yourself. So you gotta try little things and see what works, because everything is not cookie cut for everybody.
No, it's
But
not.
I'm gonna have to. This got so juicy and so good, and I'm just so proud because you came on and you gave it the So, what would you say to a mom that's dealing with two children, or children, period, or a single mom, because you're a single mom, and with this disease or with this thing? What would you say to the mom, or what would you say to a woman out there?
I would tell her, for one, you got to have patience. For two, you have to be persistent. For three, you have to want to live.
Wow. Mm.
If you don't want to live, there's nothing to it. If you don't care about living, and
Mm.
you're not
Mm.
worried about that, there's nothing to talk about. But you gotta want to live for you, your family, or whatever, and you gotta understand that people ain't gonna always understand you or agree. People gonna always have something to say. Oh, what you eating? Water? Are you eating ice chips? I get all kind of stuff said to me. My cousin told me, "Oh, I can't even help you out." My cousin, she loves to cook. She's a great cook. I'm not gonna say her name either, but she's a great cook. And she said, "Oh, you can spend the night at my
Oh,
house.
I
I
know
can't
you're
even
talking
feed
about.
you.
Yeah, she
I
is a
can't
great
even
cook.
feed you." Right? I
I,
can't
I'm
even
I'm
feed you.
ashamed. I do miss her food. Forgive me. I'm sorry. I do. I miss. Oh Lord. Mm. She didn't
Yeah,
cook the last time I saw her, but I was ready to run up there.
yeah, cause she a cook for you. So she like, I
She
can't
will.
even
She likes
feed
to
you.
do that. That's how
You
she show love.
Yeah, that's how she feed from the heart. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She feed you from
Right.
her soul.
What?
So she don't mean no harm by nothing. She just want to feed you. So she like, I can't even feed you. You make out you ain't eating. You just eating all these. I'm tired of you eating these. I'm cracking up
But
laughing at
she'll
her.
feed you what you need or what you like because she knows your diet.
Right.
Now,
So
any
that.
shout outs to anybody? Because I don't want this thing to shut off, cut off, and I do got to end the show soon.
Okay, I give a shout out to you, Miss Baxter. I give a shout out to the man outside his
Bada.
name that runs the show. I give a shout out to my family members, my dad, my brothers, my sisters, my children, my grandson. God, shout out to
Ah,
God, the universe,
hallelujah.
people. Shout out to everybody.
Well, you did an excellent, fantabulous job. And I had you on the show before when I was taping out there when I came out to Pennsylvania where you were. But I am so glad that you did this time. And this was the time for you to do it. So is there anything we didn't cover or anything you would like to say or anything of that before I close the door?
No, I'm good. I'll just thank you for inviting me to your show.
I love you, my butter.
I love you too.
Thank you so much for sharing.
You're
Somebody's going
welcome.
to be blessed by this. And I
You're welcome.
appreciate that. All right. You be a good bookie. And I'll see you very soon. Okay.
Okay, later.
Later, daughter. Well, you done heard it from the top, the bottom, and the side. Yes, I've had my baby here, my sister's daughter, who I helped raise, and she has just been a blessing. Still drinking water. I ain't mad at her. And I thank you for tuning in, and I want you to come back again next week. This is the Lisa Baxter Show, giving you the 411 in the kidney world. Bless your life and peace.